and we are in our series entitled Remember the Shabbat Day. Remember the Sabbath day. And Yahweh has shown us that we do things differently on the weekly Sabbath than we do on any other day. And He showed us the things that He said that we can and cannot do, because there are some things on the 6 days that He gave us to do that we can do, and then there's some things on the 7th day that He commanded us that we are not to do.
That's right, that's right.
The 7th day is a Shabbat of rest.
Yes, it is.
Now, we left off in Deuteronomy, the 5th chapter. So we're going to go back there to Deuteronomy, the 5th chapter, looking at what Yahweh means when He says, remember the Shabbat day and keep the Shabbat day.
Or what thus says Yahweh.
Deuteronomy, the 5th chapter. We're going to read one verse there. Verse 15.
Hallelujah.
5. That's the one with all of it, right? In alphabetical order.
Yeah.
Praise Yahweh. Deuteronomy 5. Let me know when you have it. All right, we want to read one verse. Verse 15, please.
And remember that thou wert a servant in the land of Egypt, and that Yahweh thy Elohim brought thee out, thence through a mighty hand, and by a stretched out arm. Therefore Yahweh thy Elohim commanded thee to keep the Sabbath day.
Very good. It says, and remember, He's telling us that thou was a Ebed in the land of Mizraim, and that Yahweh thy Elohim brought thee out thence through a mighty hand and by a stretched out arm. Therefore Yahweh thy Elohim, this is Yahweh that commanded us, Sabah thee to Shamar HaShabbat Yom.
Right.
So what we're learning about is how to keep the Shabbat day. And Yahweh is showing us it's not just a mental thing that you assent and agree, okay, this is the Shabbat day, so I'm going to keep it. No, Yahweh breaks it down and He explains exactly what He means. All right, let's go to Genesis, the 2nd chapter. So Yahweh created the earth in 6 days. Then He rested on the 7th day, creating a rest day or Sabbath or Shabbat for man. So that's what this is all about. He created the rest day, the Shabbat for man. And now man tries to get in there and be nosy and try to control things and to create his own rest day, but that means nothing. Yahweh is the one that told us how the Sabbath got to be created, which day it is, which is the 7th day, and what exactly to do and not to do on it.
That's it.
Genesis 2, and let's start at verse 2, please.
Hallelujah.
And on the 7th day, Elohim ended His work which He had made, and He rested on the 7th day from all the work which He had made.
Verse 3.
And Elohim blessed the 7th day and sanctified it, because that in it He had rested from all the work which Elohim created and made.
So this is why this is a day of rest.
Right.
It said, on the 7th Yom, Elohim ended His work which He had made, and He rested on the 7th Yom. He didn't need to rest. We read the scripture where He made this day for us. This is for man. This is not for Him. He said He rested from all His work which He had made. And Elohim barak the 7th Yom. This is a blessed day. And He sanctified it. In other words, set it apart as a day for man to recognize, because He recognized it first for what it is. Because that in it, this is the main principle. He had rested. He had rested from all His work which Elohim bara and made. So let's go to Nehemiah or Nehemiah, the 13th chapter. Nehemiah, the 13th chapter. So now the English word rested is the Hebrew word Shabbat. S-H-A-B-A-T-H. It's found at Strong's number 7673. It is a primitive root word meaning to repose. Desist from exertion. Cause to let or make to cease.
Yes.
Also means to celebrate.
Yes.
We celebrate the Shabbat day because we work hard those 6 days.
Right.
It means to cause or make to fail, to keep Shabbat, to suffer to be lacking, to put away, to put down, to make to rest, to be still, to put an end to.
Yes.
So Yahweh made the 7th day holy and officially set it up as a day of rest every week when he rested from his creation work.
Yes, thank you,
Going to
Yahweh,
Nehemiah, the 13th chapter.
Thank you, Yahweh.
So the 7th day is for us to rest spiritually
I know, right?
and physically.
Yep.
And we covenanted with Yahweh to set aside 24 hours to be with him and our spiritual family.
Yes, what a wonderful thing.
Nehemiah, the 13th chapter. And we want to start at verse 14. Nehemiah, 13th chapter. And let's read verse 14, please.
Hallelujah.
Remember me, O my Elohim, concerning this, and wipe not out my good deeds that I have done for the house of my Elohim and for the offices thereof.
Hallelujah.
So here is Nehemiah asking Yahweh to remember him. Now he did some told deeds. He says, remember me, O my Elohim, concerning this. Now what he's doing, and wipe not out my told deeds that I have done for Habayit of my Elohim.
Okay.
So we keep the Shabbat for Yahweh's bayit, for Yahweh, and also for ourselves because it pleases Yahweh.
All right.
And for the officers thereof.
Officers, right.
All right, verse 15. Now what is part of what he did? Verse 15.
In those days saw I in Judah some threading wine presses on the Sabbath, and bringing in sheaves, and landing donkeys, donkeys, and also wine, grapes, and figs, and all manner of burdens, which they brought unto Jerusalem on the 7th day. And I testified against them in the day where they sold victuals.
Okay, that's good. All right, now it said, now here's Nehemiah saying, Yahweh, don't wipe not out the good deed. In other words, that angel that's recording the good deeds that Nehemiah said, I'm doing, put that up under the good column.
Hallelujah.
He said, in those Yowm saw I Yehuda, our forefathers, some treading Yain presses on the Shabbat. They're doing their secular work. They're doing their 6-day work. There's some work permitted on the Shabbat day, but it's not, Yahweh said, not my work, not your work. Yahweh's work is permitted on the Shabbat day.
That's it.
He said they were bringing in sheaves, and they were lading their donkeys, loading them up. And also Yain, grapes and figs, and all manner of burdens. Their burdens, which they brought into Jerusalem on the Shabbat Yom. And Nehemiah said, I testified against them in the Yom wherein they sold victuals. So they brought this in to sell. We're going to see the scripture where Yahweh says, you're not supposed to be transacting money business on the Shabbat. All right, now let's go to Jeremiah, the 17th chapter. So this was a good deed that he said.
Very good for y'all.
Yes, Jeremiah, the 17th chapter. And look over that way. You'll see it over that way. Yes.
Letting them know they wasn't doing right on the Shabbat.
Yes. Praise Yahweh.
Praise up. That's what we had to do.
17. So when we remember the 7th day, we do not carry burdens.
No, we not.
So this is what
thus says Yahweh.
Nehemiah was saying. Yahweh, remember me that I stood up and told your people, don't be carrying burdens on the Shabbat day. Okay, we good? Jeremiah 17. Let's start at verse 21, please.
Hallelujah.
Thus said Yahweh, take heed to yourselves and bear no burden on the 7th day, nor bring it in by the gates of Jerusalem.
Now here people, it says, Now, when we remember the 7th day or the Shabbat day, we do not carry burdens.
Right, right.
Then people try to get, okay, well, what is a burden? Hey, bringing your Bible to the temple is not a burden.
Oh, no.
Bring your briefcase to the temple that's got your notes in it that you want to write your scriptures down.
Right.
And it's got your reference material in it. It's not a burden. Yahweh explains what a burden is. But it says, thus amar Yahweh, take heed to yourself. In other words, you can do what you want to do, but it's going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt Yahweh. It's not going to hurt his people. It said, and bear no burden on the Shabbat Yom, nor bring it in by the gates of Yerushalayim. All right? So whatever temple you go to, that's Yerushalayim.
All right.
You don't have to go over to the physical land of Yerushalayim. We already placed the name there. This is Jerusalem.
Right.
All right, verse 22.
Neither carry forth a burden out of your houses on the 7th day. Neither do ye any work, but hallow ye the Sabbath day, as I commanded your fathers.
All right, so he's saying, don't carry forth a burden out of your bayit on the Shabbat Yom. So in other words, if you had some groceries and you said, well, you know what, I want to take some groceries and share it with my son or my daughter.
Right.
Don't be taking it out of your house on the Shabbat day to do that.
That's a burden.
Wait until the first day of the week. Do it on the, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th day of the week. But don't do it on the regular Shabbat day. All right? He said, but hallow ye the Shabbat Yom, as I savah your Abba, and he savah, he's commanded us to do the same thing. All right? Now he's saying, this is a problem when I'm telling you something and you don't do it. All right? He said, I commanded your fathers, but what did your fathers do? Verse 23.
But they obeyed, neither inclined their ear, but made their neck stiff, that they might not bear. Here I receive instruction.
It said, but they obeyed not, neither inclined their ear. They chose not to listen to what Yahweh was telling them, but made their neck stiff. They did this themselves. That they might not shamar, nor receive musa or instruction. There are people that don't want Yahweh to tell them what to do. They don't want Yahweh to tell them how to do it.
Bad decision.
But that's the worst decision that we can make in our life. Because Yahweh is in charge.
Yes, he is.
And whether we agree to him being in charge or not, excuse me, it either goes well or it goes badly.
You choose. He said you choose.
Because he's always going to be in charge.
That's right. He's the winner all the time, no matter what.
All right, verse 24.
And it shall come to pass, if ye diligently hearken unto me, said Yahweh, to bring in no burden the Sabbath through the gates of this city, can the Sabbath day, but hallow the Sabbath day to do no work.
Hallelujah.
All right, he said, it shall come to pass, if you diligently listen, Shamar unto me, Amar Yahweh, to bring in no burden through the gates of this city on the Shabbat and Yom, but hallow, respect, make it holy. It's already holy. And whether we make it holy or not, again, it goes bad with us. Hallow the Shabbat Yom, to do no work therein. He's talking about our work. So I'm not going to wash my clothes on the Shabbat day. I'm not going to go to the beauty shop on the Shabbat day. That's my work. And that's part of my pleasure.
Hallelujah.
I'm not going to go get my nails done. I'm not going to go get a pedicure on the Shabbat day. That's part of my pleasure and my work. And Yahweh's going to let us know the things that we can do. We have 6 days.
6 days.
To do all that. There's no reason for us to infringe on this one day. Other than we're ignorant of it. So that's why Yahweh had me finish this. Is not exhaustive, but finish the end of this so we can get some things out there, because we have new people and they're learning how to do things on the Shabbat day. If I'm coming to the temple and what I want to wear is wrinkly, I don't get up on the Shabbat morning and iron it. After the Shabbat starts, if I want to wear it, I better come in here and wear it wrinkly. And guess what? Those of us that understand will say, you know what? I respect that. I see you didn't get up and iron it, because we're not allowed to do that. All right? You iron your stuff or take it to the cleaners before the Shabbat day. Okay? Verse 20, did you read 24? All right, are we at 25? Yes.
Then shall these enter unto the gates of kings and princes sitting upon the throne of David, riding in chariots and on horses, they and their princes, the men of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and this city shall remain forever.
See what Yahweh said? He said, if they'll do this diligently, seek to obey the Sabbath and listen to me. He said, then shall there enter into the gates of this city, talking about Yerushalayim, Melech and Nasi, sitting upon the throne of David, riding in chariots and on horses, they and their Nasi, Ha-Adam of Yehuda, and the inhabitants of Yerushalayim, and this city shall remain forever. Well, you look over there, it's all Torah.
Yeah.
Why? It's all Torah because our forefathers didn't diligently listen to what Yahweh was saying. And breaking the Shabbat day, doing things that Yahweh said you got to do on 6 days was one of the main reasons. So we're learning from that. And we're doing what Yahweh says to do on the Shabbat day, and we're not doing what he says not to do on the Shabbat day. We're doing it those 6 days. All right? He said this city would have remained forever, but now there's strangers over there in the land of Israel. Our forefathers are not over there. We have a little pocket over there, over in Damona, and little pockets over there, but as a whole, and then there's no people broadcasting, standing up and saying this little pocket, this is Israel. No, they're broadcasting saying these strangers that are in the land are your forefathers. But the thing is, our forefathers didn't respect the weekly Shabbat that Yahweh set up. So Yahweh wants us to understand what we are and are not to do on the weekly Shabbat. It's different from every other day.
Yes, it is.
All right, verse 26.
And they shall come from the cities of Judah and from the places about Jerusalem and from the land of Benjamin and from the plain and from the mountains and from the south, bringing burnt offerings and sacrifices and meat offerings and incense, and bring sacrifices of praise unto the house of Yahweh.
Verse 27.
But if ye will not hearken unto me to hallow the Sabbath day, and not to hear a burden, not to bear a burden, even entering Sabbath day, then will I kindle a fire in the gates thereof, and it shall devour the places of Jerusalem, and it shall not be scorched.
Okay. It says, but if you will not listen, Shema unto me to hallow. And Yahweh shows us how to hallow or respect the Shabbat day.
He does.
It says, and not to bear a burden, that's one way. Even entering into the gates of Jerusalem on the Shabbat day, coming to the temple is another way. Then will I kindle, if you won't do this, I'm going to kindle a fire in the gates thereof, and it shall devour the palaces of Jerusalem, which it did, and it shall not be quenched.
Okay.
See, so Yahweh can make the fire burn as long as he wants it to burn. Just like with Moshe and the burning bush. All right, let's go to 2 Kings, the 5th chapter. 2 Kings, the 5th chapter. And the English word burden. So in case people say, okay, I don't understand what Yahweh telling me not to carry or not to do.
I know, right?
The English word, 2 Kings 5, the English word burden is a Hebrew word massa. That's M-A-S-S-A. It's found at Strong's number 4853, meaning a burden, specifically a tribute or porterage, something you carry, an utterance, a doom, especially singing, mental, desire, carry away, prophecy, a load, a lifting, that which is carried or brought or borne. All right, 2 Kings, the 8th chapter. 2 Kings, the 8th chapter. We want to read one verse, verse 9. 2 Kings, the 8th chapter. And let's read verse 9, please.
So Hazel went to meet him and took a present with him, even of every good thing of
Damascus.
40 camels burdened, and came and stood before him and said, Thy son, Ben-Hadad, king of Syria, hath sent me to thee, saying, Shall I recover of this disease?
So now this is this word burden. So Yahweh wants you to understand what a burden is. Hazael went to meet him and took a present with him, even of every told thing of Damascus, 40 camels burdened. So the camels were loaded up with stuff. Yahweh saying, don't do this on the Shabbat day.
Right.
Don't load your car up. Don't be moving on the Shabbat day. If you're moving from one place to another, don't do it on the Shabbat day.
Oh, no.
And we're familiar with a brother who's got a beautiful moving business, and he got Shalom on the side of his vehicle, and he'll move you any day you want except Yahweh's Shabbat day and holy day. Why? Because he's Israel and he's representing Yahweh, and he understands what bearing a burden is. So he lets people know. But don't be asking me to move on the Shabbat, because I'm not going to do it. Yahweh gave me 6 days to do this.
That's right.
And so you got your pick from these 6 days.
That's right. We don't want the curses on us.
Okay, let's go to 2 Chronicles. So that's to give you an idea of what a burden is. It's going to give you another idea. 2 Chronicles, the 20th chapter. We're going to read verse 25. 2 Chronicles 20.
Praise the mighty Yah.
And verse 25.
And
Jehoshaphat
stood in the congregation of Judah and
wait, 2 Chronicles 20. And 25.
Oh, 20.
Yes.
And when Jehoshaphat and his people came to take away the spoil of them they found among them in abundance, both riches with in abundance, both riches with the dead bodies and precious jewels, which they stripped of for themselves, and then they could more than they could carry away, and they were 3 days in gathering of the spoil. It was so much.
All right. Very good. It says, and when Jehoshaphat and his Am came to take away the spoil of them, they found among them in abundance both riches with Hamuth Gibeah and precious jewels, which they stripped off for themselves, more than they can carry away. And they were 3 Yom in gathering all the spoil. There was so much. So this gives you an idea of a burden. Just a whole bunch of stuff. Doing it on the Shabbat. All right. So let's go to Luke, the 6th chapter. So when we remember the seventh day or the Sabbath day, we do good on it. These were the things Yahweh said you can't do. But now you can do good on the 7th day. But Yahweh will tell you what's good. All right, because man in his mind, he'll think something is good. Well, see, I'm helping this person move, so that's good. So then I can do that. No, you can't. Yahweh said no. Don't do that. All right, Luke the 6th chapter. And let's start out at verse 9. Read verse 9. Luke 6. And verse 9 reads.
Then said Yahshua unto them, I will ask you one thing. Is it lawful on the Sabbath day to do good or to do evil, to save life or to destroy?
That's a good question, isn't it? It said, then Amar Yahshua unto them. He's teaching saying it unto us. He's asking us that question. I will ask you a kind thing. Is it Torah on the Shabbat Yom to do Tov or to do Ra? To save Kai or to destroy him? So he asked the question. Now, we're going to look at him doing good on the Shabbat day. Okay. He was asking these people who kept accusing him, saying, oh, you're not supposed to do this and this and this, because they didn't understand. Yahweh said some things not to do, and he said some things to do. All right, let's go to Matthew's now, the 12th chapter. Matthew's 12. We're going to start at verse 10. Matthew's 12. Matthew's 12. All right, you ready, sis? Okay, let's read verse 10, please.
Praise Yahweh.
And behold, there was a man which had his hand withered, and they asked him, saying, Is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath day? That they might accuse.
Now here, Yahshua asked the question in Luke. Now here they come and they're asking Yahshua a question like they know what they're talking about. And people would do that all the time like they know what they're talking about. It says, and behold, there was an Adam which had his hand withered. And they asked Yahshua, Amar, is it Torah to Shalom on the Shabbat Yom? What they asking him for? That they might accuse him. Not that they wanted to know, okay, what can I lawfully do on the Shabbat? And what am I supposed to do during those 6 days so I can get them done? All right? And once again, the Ruach said, if you've done everything you're supposed to do on those 6 days, you're not really looking to be doing anything extra on the Shabbat day.
You're looking for this rest.
No, I'm not. That's right. I'm looking for the rest. I'm looking for the refreshing. I'm looking to hear from Yahweh. I'm looking to sit at His feet and to be comforted and to minister to Him and to Him minister to me. I'm not looking to be running back and forth.
I know, right?
Like the people in the rat race do. 6 days a week. They actually do it 7 days a week.
Yep.
All right? So they're asking the question to him, but Yahshua asked the question, and he's letting us know, all right, this is the answer.
All right.
They want to tell him the answer, but they don't know. All right? 11.
And he said unto them, What man shall there be among you that shall have one sheep, and if it fall unto a pit on the 7th day, will be not lay hold on it and lift it out?
Verse 12.
How much then is a man better than a sheep? Wherefore it is lawful to do well on the Sabbath.
Okay.
Now, so they asked him the question, and he started teaching them. But again, you can't teach anybody who doesn't want to be taught.
No, you cannot.
And so Yahweh says, get to the point where you recognize. Stop trying to teach somebody that doesn't want to hear what you have to say. Don't waste your breath on these people.
Waste God's precious word.
All right, once Yahweh lets you assess the situation, why are you going to continue for years trying to teach somebody that don't want to be taught? Let the stuff hit the fan, as the saying goes. And he amar unto them, What Adam shall there be among you that have one sheep, and if it fall into a pit on the Shabbat day, you're going to lay hold on it and lift it out, right?
You're going to go get it.
You're going to go get that sheep. Now he's saying it's just like this world now. If the dog get hurt, they want you to send money to pay for the dog, but let the baby be hurt.
I know, right.
And you don't see those commercials, except they talking about send the money way over across the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. Right. Well, you got babies being hurt right here. You got children starving right here. So it says, you would get your sheep out of the pit on the Sabbath day, but it says, how much better is a Adam better than a sheep? Wherefore it is Torah to do well on the Shabbat Yom. So you can do well.
Yes, you can.
You can do well. Yes. But Yahweh has to explain to us what doing well is. Okay, let's go to, we're in Matthew's the 12th chapter. Let's go up to verse 1. So Yahweh and Yahshua are explaining what's the good that we can do. All right, Matthew's 12, verse 1, please.
Hallelujah.
Okay, you were in Matthew's. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you were in the 12th chapter.
The book.
Okay, Matthew's 12 and verse 1. I'll read it. At that time, Yahshua went on the Shabbat day He threw the corn, and his disciples were hungry, and began to pluck the ears of corn and to eat. Verse 2. But when the Pharisees saw it, they murmured unto him, Behold, thy disciples do that which is not lawful to do upon the Shabbat day. So now here's the Pharisee telling Yahshua was lawful and was not. They didn't know.
Right.
They were assuming they knew, but they didn't know.
Right.
So the men were hungry.
Right.
They got some corn to eat.
Right.
That's not doing secular work. They weren't getting the corn so they can load it up and then go sell it.
Right. They wasn't doing
All right,
that.
they weren't getting it so they could load it up and then go put it in their house so they could have some food to eat.
Right.
They just got enough to off the branch so they can eat it. So that's lawful. So they're saying, hey, what's wrong with your disciples? They're doing that which is not Torah to do on the Shabbat Yom. But they didn't know what they were talking about. They were wrong. Okay? All right, Matthew 12:3. Are you there?
Yeah.
Praise Yahweh.
But he said unto them, Have ye not read what David did when he was an hungered, and they that were
4.
how he entered unto the house of Elohim, and did eat the shewbread which was not lawful for him to eat, neither for them which were with him, but only for the priests.
All right, so he's saying now, but he murmured to them, have ye not read what David did when they said your disciples is breaking the law, they're getting corn off the tree. He said, have you not read what David did when he was hungry? And the men that were with him, he entered into the temple, by the Yahweh, and ate the showbread.
Okay.
This was like something sacred that the priest baked and put out. He ate the showbread, which was not Torah for him to eat, but Yahweh didn't strike him dead. Nothing bad happened to him. It says, neither for them which were with him, but only for the Kohen. So only the Kohen was supposed to eat that showbread. But guess what? David was a Kohen.
Okay.
He didn't do something that was wrong, and he went in there, he was hungry. And Yahweh allowed him. That was some good he could do. We got some bread back here. It's not showbread. But we're going to eat this bread, and this is the Shabbat day. You have some people telling you can't eat on the Shabbat day.
What?
So they're right. When the Shabbat starts, they don't eat for 24 hours. I think they might drink water, but they don't eat for 24 hours because they think you can't eat on the Shabbat day. All right? So Yahweh said, hey, David did this, and my disciples, all they did was get some corn so they can eat.
That's it.
All right? It's lawful to eat.
Yes, it is.
Verse 5. 12 and 5. All right. Verse 5 reads, or have you not read in the Torah how that on the Shabbat Yom, HaKohen or Kohenah in the temple profane the Shabbat and are blameless. So he's saying they profane the Shabbat according to people's understanding by what? Maintaining the Shabbat. Now we live in Illinois, and sometimes we get a carload of snow. Sometimes it comes during the week. We keep the temple walkways clean. But if there's a carload of snow on the Shabbat, and we've done all we could to 6 days, if it snows Friday evening, and then we come during the Shabbat day, my Iysh will go and take the shovel and clean the front and the back. So you can get in here. That's doing good. But he's not going to wait all week long. And now, me and the brothers that's helped me, we don't wait all week long. And Yahweh finally, had me get that salt. It's a 50-pound bag, but praise Yahweh, we use most of it up out of the back so I could put some down. But I did it twice this week because the snow was real light, and Yahweh said, go ahead and sweep and put the salt down.
Praise the mighty Yah.
But Yahweh would get me. He would have got Micaiah, and he'd get you. If you wait all week long. And then come talking about, okay, y'all got to, shoulder snow. No, get your butt to the temple or do whatever you have to do at your house. Let's say you want to come to the temple, and then your driveway and everything is all snowed in, but it's been snowed in all week, and you've been sitting up saying, okay, well, I'm just going to wait to the temple when I have to go somewhere. No, that's not lawful. Okay? All right, let's go to Exodus, the 16th chapter. So Yahweh is explaining to us what is good, what good we can do on the Shabbat.
Right.
Exodus 16.
Praise the mighty Yah.
And when our forefathers came out of the land of Mizraim, you had to refresh their memories.
Yep.
So our forefathers always kept the Shabbat. Because why? Yahweh instituted it at creation.
Right.
But when they went into slavery, just like we
today.
were in slavery over here or in the Caribbean or somewhere throughout the earth, then we can kind of drift away from what Yahweh said and how He said to do it. And when you're surrounded with a bunch of heathen, with a bunch of people that believe all kinds of stuff, then you kind of start watching them, and if you don't check yourself, you'll be going right along with them. You'll be talking like them, walking like them, doing everything they're doing. And you better watch it if you live with somebody that's not a part of what you believe. Because you'll have a pork chop on your plate and be done bit down into it.
Right.
So you better ask when somebody's saying or offering you something or saying, you know what, I cooked this and this, you want some, you better find out.
Right.
So I was at my parents' house and my stepmom was saying, yeah, you know, I cooked some, what they call that stuff, gumbo. Yeah, you want some? I said, what kind? Oh, it's chicken. I said, well, what's that in it? Oh, it's got some shrimp. And I said, no, thank you. But it was their house.
Yeah, right.
But again, if you're living with somebody and they old enough to cook or whatever, and then they say, oh, we taste this, you better find out what it is.
Right.
All right. Exodus 16, we want to start at verse 16.
Hallelujah.
People don't mean any harm, but you're the one that knows, and you're the one that'll be sick
We're the one.
because you stopped eating that unclean stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yahweh's explaining to us what good we can do on the Shabbat. Exodus 16 and verse 16. You ready, sis?
Yes.
Okay.
This is the thing which Yahweh hath commanded. Gather up it every man according to his eating, as honor for every man accordingly to the number of your persons. Take ye every man for them which are in his tents.
All right, so Yahweh is saying, all right, now you take a certain portion, and He's talking about this manna, this angel food that He provided for them in the wilderness. He said, take a certain portion which is enough for you and your family.
Right.
All right, verse 17.
And the children of Israel did so and gathered, some more, some less.
So now here we go with the disobedience. Yahweh said, get enough for you and your family. It said, how band of Yisrael did so, and they gathered some more, some less. All right, so they weren't listening. Some didn't get enough, some got too much. All right, verse 18.
And when
All right, my brother, come on now. Don't compete with me. Hey. All right, verse 18.
And when they did meet it with an omer, he that gathered much had nothing over, and he that gathered little had no lot. They gathered every man according to his eating.
All right, verse 19.
And Moses said, let no man leave of it till the morning.
All right, so now here's the other commandment. He said, okay, eat it all up. Don't leave any till the morning. All right, here we go into the disobedience again. Verse 20, see, when Yahweh teaches us, when we don't know, we kind of go in and out of
Right.
So as long as we're trying, as long as we ask Yahweh for forgiveness, and we keep going towards doing right, then Yahweh is pleased. All right, verse 20.
Praise the mighty God.
Notwithstanding, they hearkened not unto Moses, but some of them left of it until the morning, and it bred worms and stank, and Moses was wroth with them.
He said, notwithstanding, in other words, they didn't listen.
Right.
Shema not unto Moshe. Moshe is telling them what Yahweh said.
Right.
Some of them left of it until the morning. They figured they're going to have leftovers. Yahweh said, no, you're not going to have any leftovers.
Right.
And it bred worms. Yahweh made worms come in it, and He made it stink. And Moshe was upset with them. All right, verse 21.
And they gathered it every morning, every man according to his eating. And when the sun waxed hot, it melted.
All right, so they had to get it in the morning.
Right,
If they
right.
waited, say, you know, I don't feel like getting
I
up.
know, right?
Nah, I'm not going to come out until it melted.
I
So
know.
they didn't get anything
They
that
did
day.
not.
All right.
So this is Yahweh. This is good.
Yes,
this
it
is
is.
Yahweh training us
Yes,
and
it
teaching
is.
us how to be.
Hallelujah.
All right? It's good for us to have rules and regulations
Yes.
and guidelines.
Yes, you gotta
All right?
have it.
And it's good for us to know the protocol in every situation. And we're
Right.
supposed to learn
He
that
wants us to
as
know.
we're coming up.
Amen.
All right? Okay, verse 22.
And it came to pass that on the 6th day they gathered twice as much bread, 2 omers for one man. And all the rulers of the congregation came and told Moses.
All right, so it came to pass now. Yahweh said, okay, the 6th day, this is the preparation
Is
day.
that right?
We have a preparation day
Yes, we
every
do.
6th day for the 7th day
Yeah,
when we
yeah,
can't do the regular things that we
Right.
would do.
Right.
All right? It said, came to pass that on the 6th Yom, they gathered twice as much
Yeah.
lechem.
Yeah.
All right, twice as much manna.
Uh-huh.
2 omers. Remember Yahweh said 1 omer per
Right,
day
right.
for your family?
All right.
And for Akkad Adam and all the rules of the congregation came and told Moshe. All right, verse 23.
And he said unto them, This is that which Yahweh hath said. Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Shabbat. Unto Yahweh bake that which ye will bake today.
Uh-huh.
And seek that ye will seek, and that which remaineth over lay up for you to be kept until the morning.
Hallelujah.
Good, all right?
Preparation.
So, and he among to them, this is that which Yahweh, all right? Not me, not you, this is
All
that
right.
which Yahweh
Thus
hath
says
among.
Yahweh.
He said, tomorrow is the Shalom of the Kadash Shabbat.
Yeah.
This is a holy day.
Yes.
And as the Ruach has been saying throughout this series, this is the first holy day Yahweh created.
Right, right.
We have a holy day every 7 days.
Every day,
The yearly Shabbats, see, man tries to make some be more holy than others.
Right.
The yearly Shabbats are not more holy
No,
than
they're
this
not.
holy day that Yahweh created every 7 days.
Right, right.
He wants us to get into the habit of
Right.
keeping
Hallelujah.
holy days.
What a wonderful.
Because this day is going to go throughout eternity.
Yes, it is.
It's not just for the earth. We're going to be keeping the Shabbat and the new moons in the kingdom.
Hallelujah.
So we
Thus says
better get used
Yahweh.
to resting every 7th day. Because this is how it's going to be.
Uh-huh.
He said tomorrow is the rest of the holy Shabbat
Holy.
unto, not you or me, unto Yahweh.
Okay.
He said bake what you're going to bake today. He's talking about the 6th day.
That's right.
It
Preparation.
doesn't mean you can't bake it days 1 through 6, but
Right.
you can't bake it on the 7th day. That's what Yahweh said. You cannot bake it on the 7th. If he said bake that which you will bake today,
Uh-huh.
he means don't get up baking on the 7th day.
Yeah, right.
All right? And see the boil that you're going to boil. Talking about cooking your food. If you want some rice, you boil the water and
Right.
you cook your rice. You cook it yesterday. Don't cook it today.
Right, right.
That is if you want to please Yahweh. If you don't want to please
That's
Yahweh, then you got people telling themselves, oh, you know what, I can't stand no cold food, this and this and this. Well, you need to be one of those people that don't eat anything on the Shabbat.
Right, right.
I mean, you know, I just got to have
That'd be
hot food
better.
every day.
That'd
Well, did
be
you ever
better.
think about that Yahweh has attuned your body so that it goes into a rest cycle every 7th day, and he's made you so that you have to eat this food
Yeah,
that is
right,
room
right.
temperature and
No.
not cooked or altered, so that it can rest and come into your body, and your body can rest digesting it.
Hallelujah.
Have you ever thought about that? Yahweh set all things up. He said this
Yes.
day is made for you.
Yes.
So go in and look into the rhythms that he's put in man's
All
body.
right.
And you find out that it starts shutting down on the 7th day.
Yeah.
So feed some food that's going to agree with that rest cycle. All right, verse 24.
And they laid it up till the morning, as Moses bade, and it did not stink, neither were there any worms therein.
So Yahweh is making the Shabbat day different. During the week, he said, get an omer. If they got more than an omer, Yahweh put worms in it and it started stinking, right?
Agreed.
Now he said, do the same thing on the 6th day. But look what he said. They laid it up till the morning, as Moshe had been instructed to tell them, and Yahweh told him it didn't stink. And there weren't any worms in it. Why? Because they were in obedience.
Right.
See, whatever we do that's out of obedience or disobedience, it stinks.
Yep.
And Yahweh gonna have us smell it stinking sooner or later. But praise Yahweh, I hope that we will smell it stinking sooner rather than later so we can get it right. All right, verse 25.
And Moses said, eat that today, for today is the Sabbath unto Yahweh. Today ye shall not find it in the field.
He said it's not going to be any out there. Don't go out there on the Shabbat.
I know.
So this is akin to Yahweh telling us don't work your secular jobs on the Shabbat.
Right.
He told our forefathers he's refreshing to them because they had forgotten because they were in slavery.
Right.
And they had kind of compromised and said, okay, I can do a little bit of this, a little bit of that on the
just
Shabbat.
like today.
No, you can't. Yahweh hasn't changed.
Be precise.
All right, verse 26.
6 days ye shall gather it, but on the 7th day, which is the Sabbath, and in it there shall be none.
27.
It came to pass that these went out, some of the people, on the 7th day for to gather. They found none.
Duh.
Right.
Yahweh said there wasn't going to be any out there. But you just see how the human mind can be so stubborn and rebellious and just want to do. Okay, Yahweh, Moshe said it's not going to be any. And then some people will say, well, if Yahweh himself told me, you're lying.
Right.
You do the same thing.
Right.
But it came to pass, there went out some of Ha'am on the 7th Yom for to gather, and they found none. Yahweh already said it wasn't going to be any out there.
Right.
All right? Present to us what business you're engaged in.
Right.
We want you to succeed, but don't bring that to the... We had that for 6 days. You had 6 days to contact us.
Right.
And if you don't have our information and phone number, ask us, and don't ask anybody else.
Hallelujah.
Don't be giving out anybody else's information.
That's
not proper.
No, it's not.
But this English word pleasure is the Hebrew word kefetz. Kefetz. That's C-H-E-P-H-E-T-S. It means pleasure, desire, a valuable thing, a matter as something in mind, a delightsome thing,
Yes.
a thing desired,
Yeah.
a pleasant or pleasure purpose, a longing in which one takes delight.
Yes.
All right, so Yahweh has let us know, even down to watching secular TV. If you like to watch these shows like Tyler Perry, The Haves and Have Not, if it comes in on the weekly Shabbat, you can't even record it.
That's right.
Somebody goes, whoa, wait a minute now.
Right.
Years ago we had this discussion, and there were some people recording, I don't know, what do they call it, Super Bowl or whatever.
Yeah.
They like to put them on the Shabbat. You just pray to Yahweh and see if you can go online after it's over.
Oh yeah,
But don't be at home and got your TV set to record thinking you're keeping the Shabbat. No, Yahweh said don't even do that.
Right.
Whatever they set on the Shabbat, you just miss it temporarily.
Yeah,
And Yahweh always brings things back around.
Technology.
Okay? So whatever it is, whether it's the Super Bowl or the haves and have-nots, whatever it is.
Right.
And I just happen to like Star Trek, The Next Generation, and my husband, he liked to bowl, and they were trying to get him to go bowl with them, and they were going out of town. And he says, okay, it sounds good. When is it? Oh, we're going to do it Saturday. He said, good, I'm out. When they put the Star Trek marathon on the weekly Shabbat, I'm out.
Right.
I'm not watching it. Right. Why? Because I'm honoring Yahweh.
That's it.
I'm turning away from my own pleasure.
That's what is
I'm
written.
not speaking my own words.
That's what is written.
All right, so Yahweh bless you. I trust that you have been enlightened
Yes.
on the Shabbat. So if you come in here with some wrinkled clothes, we're not going to talk about you.
No.
All right,
We know
we're just
better
going to
than that.
say, praise Yahweh. We knew you wanted to wear this, and you didn't plug your iron in time.
Hallelujah.
Yahweh watch over you
Hallelujah.
and your family. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.